What's up, fam? This is Ray Collazo, the founder and host of the In Translation Talk Show, the show that stacks truth about politics and today's hottest issues. And, I had been planning this whole evening to talk about, kind of having this special Where've Ray Been episode off the cuff. I'm planning this big rollout, but I said, you know what? I just want to talk to my people. Someone's going on. I had all these notes about what's going on in Ukraine. Daddy Yankee, Legend Daddy, inspired by Ariana DeBose's historic Oscar victory earlier in the evening. And then this happened. The slap heard around the world and threw off my entire night. Check it out.
どうなんでしょうか
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです
I'm going to.
The slap heard around the world. Where do we start here? I guess the first thing is that ultimately it really is a shame. And it really shows how much COVID, our society, how much our society is out of whack mentally and from a mental health perspective. If for a joke on the night of what turned out to be one of his greatest accomplishments, he won an Oscar for Best Actor moments later, Will Smith went out of character like that and assaulted somebody on live television. And, you talk about how, being sensitive about someone cracking a joke on your wife. And I didn't even know about the alopecia thing. And that's I can understand you feeling a certain way. But come on, Will. Por favor, There's a lot to this, man. Jada always seems to be in the middle of things that cause problems. And by the way, did the guy the young boy that she was entangled with, did he ever get anything like that? Man, a lot of angles. Philly, Brooklyn. And by the way, well, no por nada, bro. You don't pick on somebody your own size next time. You know what I mean? I think The Rock was up there cracking jokes. I don't think he was going up there. Doesn't Will have 30, 40 pounds of muscle on Chris Rock? And by the way, Chris didn't buckle. I got to give Chris credit for the chin. But it's a lot of things you could joke about. And look, amongst adults, there's some comedy to it. It's just jaw-dropping, the whole situation. But ultimately, it's sad because, this should have been, look, this was you talk about a relatable Oscars. Will, Questlove, Summer Soul, Much Respect, Encanto won. Our girl Ariana DeBose won. Boricua, really cool stuff. CODA representing for the hearing impaired community, doing his thing. And this just throws a whole stain on the whole situation. I don't know where Will's career goes. He's never going to be the same after a moment like this. And it's going to do wonders for Chris Rock. Who's not going to watch that Netflix special where he breaks down this situation? Let's watch it again, fam.
どうなんでしょうか
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that happened. It's unbelievable. Let's end this. I don't think I have a whole... I wish I had more intelligent things to say about it, to be honest with you. But it is a mixture of sadness, jaw drop, no, you didn't kind of stuff. We're gonna goof around with our homies. I've been texting memes. It's gonna be all we're gonna talk about for the next few days. But I do hope, all jokes aside, that we come. We need to do better than that, Will. And I have so much respect. He put Philly on the map for our generation as much as anybody, the most for sure. And I met him when we were all young boys, and my pop and Jazzy Jeff. a lot of connections, you know. But this ain't a good look. This ain't a good look. And, you know, like I said, you know, I understand you feel a certain way about it, but, you know, there is such a thing as comedic license. Is it really worth assault? It's a joke, man. But you know what? Let's get to a brighter moment. Ariana DeBose, who had a historic win, is the fourth Puerto Rican to ever win an Oscar, an acting Oscar, for a portrayal of the newest adaptation of West Side Story, Anita. Rita Moreno won an Oscar for this character 60 years ago. I think it was in the 50s, a long time ago. And I think she sort of engendered the spirit of the evening.
So to anybody who has ever questioned your identity, ever, or you find yourself living in the gray spaces, I promise you this: there is indeed a place for us. Thank you to the Academy, and thank you all.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Respect to Ariana. What a wonderful role model for diversity in our arts and theater kids everywhere. She definitely wanted to give a shout out to those theater nerds out there. And again, a great moment of so many highlights, but there's the slap heard around the world. That's all we're going to talk about. Fam, I'm going to get back on here next few days. I do want to get into, there's so much on the political side. You know, the situation in Ukraine, I mean, you know, our prayers, our support, whatever you can do to support with your spiritual support, your financial support. There are a host of charities, many of which are being driven by our wonderful Ukrainian American community to support refugees and immigrants that are leaving from that country due to this incredible attack by the Russian President Vladimir Putin on these poor folks. And also pray and hope for that President Biden and the global leadership handle this correctly, because this situation with a few false moves because of this unhinged actor, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, could get to our shores quicker than y'all could imagine. And I want to talk more about that later in the week. I do want to talk about Daddy Yankee's retirement. He had many announcements. I'm retiring. Oh, by the way, I have a huge album and a humongous global tour I need y'all to support. And people are responding to that. My thoughts about not only his latest album, Legendary, but kind of where this moment in history leaves Daddy Yankee and sort of the canon of Puerto Rican and Latino artists. And there's always so much to talk about. The slap, I feel, though, the slap heard around the world will be on our lips for several more days. Thank you all for joining this impromptu Out of Translation. In the coming weeks, I'm going to have announcements about kind of the formal relaunch of both Found in Translation and Bomba Live. We've got some really exciting announcements. We got some heavy hitters to bring to the table, and we're going to do it bigger and better in 2022. And I do, over the coming weeks and months, also do want to talk about where I've been and why I've not been doing the show on a consistent basis. I shared a post on social media earlier this weekend about some physical challenges I've been dealing with, and that's kind of caused some apprehension for me to doing this with you all, and kind of being more out there in the media and the lessons I've learned, spiritual and otherwise, from this experience with my neck and my upper back. And we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks and months. But again, Will Smith sort of slapped my headlines off the marquee, and we had to just address it. Unbelievable. Hope we can stay peaceful. And again, much respect to some of the wonderful celebration of diversity in the arts that took place throughout most of the night at the Oscars. And unfortunately, we had this very unfortunate incident. Shout out my hoop stuff. You know, love this time of year at March Madness and the NBA playoffs coming about. Cross our fingers on that one, Sixer fans. Want to shout out my high school, Roman Catholic High School in Philadelphia, won for the fourth time the Pennsylvania State basketball title. Much respect to our KLites and my Roman guys. I also want to shout out those pesky St. Peter's Peacocks, representing for Catholic schools, Catholic kids everywhere in hoops. Made a great run, Cinderella run in the NCAA tournament. Of course, the Philadelphia area, Villanova University, another proud Catholic institution, gets to yet another Final Four. Jay Wright has built an incredible sports legacy out there on the main line. So much respect to our Villanova Wildcats for getting back to the Final Four. So, and last shout out Danielle Clavel, who is the niece of Bomba Life contributor, freestyle legend Betty D, who was on American Idol tonight. There's so much good things to report on. But slaps happen. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll catch you here on Found Translation during the week.